On December 15th, 2024, the Triple Bypass Tennessee Storm Chasers Series took center stage for an electrifying 120-lap event that marked the end of the season's 6 campaign where a new champion would be crowned. The Lone Star Showdown 120 was sponsored by series admin Matt Perusini and was a thanks to all the drivers in Season 6 from the TBP founders. Sexy Waltrip held the points lead to start the race with Matt Harmon and Mark Herzog looking to close the gap and take the trophy home. The race had 10 lead changes among 5 different leaders at this high-paced showdown at the iconic venue and saw 3 cautions that slowed the field for a total of 9 laps. Sean Bradley in the Mr. Sparkles car put on a clinic after starting from the pole by leading an impressive 62 laps on his way to victory. He battled with the number 27 car of Kyle's Sexy Waltrip Gretsch for most of the race, but made his way past for the win. Gretsch kept Bradley on his toes, finishing just 1.6 seconds behind. He started second, led 36 laps, and clocked the fastest lap of the race at 30.2 seconds on lap 103. Stephen McClendon in 151 fought his way to a solid third-place finish, leading 1 lap and staying in contention throughout the event, finishing 5.7 seconds behind the winner. Matthew Harmon delivered a strong performance to finish 4th, while Jeff Slaughter climbed from 12th on the grid to round out the top 5. At the end, Gretsch's second-place finish was more than enough to hang on to his points lead and capture the Season 6 championship. It was a thrilling end to a fantastic season. Congratulations to all our drivers and to Kyle Sexy Waltrip Gretsch. We hope you enjoyed this thrilling Triple Bypass Tennessee Storm Chaser Series recap. We'll see you next season.
Well, welcome everybody. Guess what time it is? It's Sunday night, and it's time for some more Triple Bypass racing here at the Nichols Oil Pros.com series. We're going to be round 1 tonight here at the iRacing SuperSpeedway. What an absolute blister of a track. First time I'm visiting this track, but I am joined, of course, Dean Biggles, but Jim Cunningham. Jim, you've been to this track, and it's certainly very, very interesting. You could probably elaborate a little bit to the audience out there what the iRacing SuperSpeedway is like.
Yes, Dean. By the way, Happy New Year. Good to be working with you in the new year. I have been here. I've never raced a stock car here, though. I've done a lot of open wheel stuff, and I was talking to some of the drivers earlier before we went on air, and I was asking them if the transitions were going to be tough in these stock cars, because in open wheel cars, it can get a little tricky getting onto that high banking off these straightaways. But they said it was smooth as silk, any line, top to bottom. It didn't matter. So expect to see a lot of side-by-side racing, a lot of pushing, and it should be exciting. This is a heck of a track. Really long straightaways, super fast.
Oh, I love it. You can bet a door banging. That's what we need. Of course, biggest congratulations goes out to our season winner last season, of course, and that's Kyle Gretsch. The Sexy Waltrip was crowned the champion of last season's event here at the Triple Bypass. We have a grid, my friend, to go over this evening for our first race.
Oh, there we go. All right, so let's see. Oh, look at Steve McClendon right up there on the pole right off the bat. Very nice. And Domenic Zenobi, by the way, who is your race sponsor this evening. He's a new driver to the league and apparently now starting on the front row. You got JC John Campbell, the Australian, Matt Harmon, Matt Persini in 5th, Brad Kress starting in 6th, Casey Ellis in 7th, Alex Goff in 8th, Isaac Voss in 9th, Davey Hendricks in 10th, Will Emmerich in 11th, and Dustin Barton in 12th. And we got Ricky Smith in 13th, Jason Benson in 14th, Patrick, you got me on that one. Swishhelm, yeah, that's a good one. Ward Fisher in 16th, Kyle Dewey in 17th, James Durr in 18th, John Naj Crushley in 19th, and Sean Bradley in 20th. And rounding out your field, we got Tex Nichols in 21st, who, by the way, is the owner of Nichols Oil Pros, who is the sponsor of this series this year, NicholsOilPro.com. You got Jeff Slaughter in 22nd, Ben Harcum in 23rd, and Elton Wu in 24th.
They're the drivers that have set a time this evening. We'll quickly show you the drivers that are going to be participating at least, but haven't set a time for the rest of the field at the bottom of there. As you do know, sometimes qualifying isn't necessarily the most important thing when it comes to road races there, but we do have a few there. Tyler and Jacob Tyler. Again, we've got two Tylers. It's going to be interesting. Sounds like a law firm to get those two together, the Tyler and Tyler. Kyle, of course, last season champion there. Al, the boss man. Corey will be in there. Michael Seymour and John Barton will be also driving here this evening. So looking forward to that one, my friend. Go ahead.
Go with Kyle not setting a lap time. I hope he's here this evening. It would be a shame for the champ to miss the first week of the season.
It certainly would. I think we'll see how he's going to be able to handle that one. Of course, there's all your car manufacturers as they're going to get ready to chase the pace car around to start the race. And I think they're lining up line of stone. I can't see those pace car lights off, so I think we might be getting ready to go, my friend.
All right.
On the backstretch straight away. Just to let everybody know, of course, we got some exciting things for Season 7. 5 nights of racing. We've got the Next Gen tonight. We've got the Late Models Tuesday night. Wednesday, we have the Dirt Series. We've got the Xfinity Series on Thursday. On Friday, the Gen 3 Supercars. 14 race seasons. Championship trophies. All the sessions over 8:15 Eastern, followed by 9. Guaranteed heartbreaking action. Of course, as you'd mentioned,
the Gen 3s are going to be fun.
Absolutely, and as you'd mentioned, our race sponsor this evening as well, too, with the Domenic, who
Domenic
is right
Zenobi.
there, of course, Zenobi. Yeah, which, of course, was the Florida man, 69, and that's the same name of the Men's Hockey League team and that he sponsors. So let's get ready to go racing, gentlemen, for the new year here at Triple Bypass Racing.
Green, green, green.
And it's green flag, and off they go. Let's see, we got nice from everyone. It looks like Cunningham got away a little bit there. That really doesn't do you much good here. They'll run you down so fast. Nobody's making it 3 wide in the first corner. They're going to keep it nice for a little bit.
Very interesting in this track whether or not you can go 3 wide on a super speedway. Here's our banking elevations. We're riding on board with our sponsor of this race, of course, Domenic Zenobi. As you can see, the elevation back, it's not even straight down the back stretch, is it? It's just at some point along the line, it's completely curved.
Yeah, it's severely banked, and I love this camera angle. It's the best camera angle that iRacing ever added, was that gyro cam. All the way up to the wall there, but he held on to it.
Yellow flag.
Yep, I thought that was going to cause a caution at somewhere along the line. Boom!
Oh, there it is. Golly.
Yep, that's my first big one, my friend, already here. So far, we've got a couple of laps under our belt, but it was an incident, I think, involved there. And Matt, maybe initially, might have been the one that's gone off there. We know John has been involved here as well, too. We'll go back and have a look at the replay on that. I'm not quite sure. No, that's Matty in pit road. Round this man here, Riley.
Yeah, it looks like he's... Oh, he might have got tapped from behind.
Yeah, we'll see if we can have a quick look at that. I'm waiting for the incident to occur probably soon. You can see a couple of cars going turly-whirly back there. Yeah, he hits the inside apron. Bang. Oh. Who was that, actually? That's the
Castrol car. Not sure who's driving the Castrol car this year, but...
Will. On this one. We'll back it up a little bit there. I think that's that inside apron, isn't it? You hit that. That bounces you around a bit.
That's a tough transition there, because these straightaways are very banked. He tried to hold it, but he just finally got him.
Oh. Yeah, and that's going to involve a few cars. We'll go back to the live pictures. I'm not quite sure if anybody... It's a long way to go if you want to get yourself down to pit road, because now they're just going around turn 4. And I expect a lot of people to be coming down pit road that were involved in that early incident. Hello, everybody in the chat as well. Thank you all for tuning in here this evening. There's those drivers heading down into pit road, mate, as to be expected, because there'll be a few little dings and bumps and scrapes.
Yeah, I can't see anybody pitting just to pit here. There wouldn't be any point in that, no tires or anything like that at this point. But there sure are a lot of cars in the pit road, though.
Tyler, Kyle, Ben Harcum, Ted Nicholas as well, Tyler, Riley Smith, and the other Tyler.
Okay, well, I guess if you were towards the back of the pack, there's no reason to not come in and top your fuel off, It's not going to hurt you.
Ooh, somebody's completely backing up into their pit stop right there as well. Completely day late, dollar short on that one. It'll cost you a little bit extra time. See the 160 backing up and having a little issue at the moment. That's Tyler. Now, it was trying to get away. He backed up a little bit. I reckon he's having a little bit of a technical issue. We'll just manage to get those repairs done and miss his pit box.
Yeah, that was interesting. Of course, again, those little, I'm not going to say that was a mistake because I don't know that to be a fact, but those kind of little incidents don't really hurt you that bad. The draft makes up so much here.
We're going to ride on board with Riley just to see the moment. You're going to see there as they both hit the bumps. And there it is. And that's the cause of the collision. All of a sudden, Riley gets tagged from behind by the 81. 714 gets up into him as well. And there she wrote, really, anybody that's at the back, including John. Replay rewind time, so it's not so far. Haptic. It's a little too far away.
That's only because you click on the button and get good reaction time.
This is it. So where would you go at this point? Just keep it planted, go straight, and just close your eyes and hope that you don't get tagged. And just gets tagged.
It's just like they said in Days of Thunder. Just aim it right at them. They won't be there when you get there.
There's Steve leading this one.
And certainly not criticizing the way anybody handled that situation there. But I think at this track specifically, this high banking like this, if you go down and you catch that apron like that, you might be better off just like stabilizing the car down on the flat part of the apron before you attempt to get back up on track. And again, this is probably different than most tracks just because of that severe banking there. But it's just one of those things that something you got to learn. I don't know if these guys have ever raced here before. I've never raced a stock car here, which is going to handle completely different than an open wheel car. And if you get down the banking with an open wheel car, make that transition, it'll spin you for sure.
Yeah, you were mentioning that to me in the green room about that, and that makes perfect sense because of the really low downforce on open wheels and the fact that they're not sitting as high, they're only sitting about an inch away from the road surface, and thus when you get that in banking elevation, you can see from this camera as well too, that's basically going to mean half the car's not even touching the track. And, 4 points of contact are very important in motor racing.
The negativity in the stock cars is they may have, they may have a little more clearance, but they also have softer springs. So it's going to make that transition bounce you around a good bit.
So Nichols Oil Pros will be getting those oil located in your engines, of course, from our dealer, NicholsOilPros.com. You're going to pick that one up. Go give Nicholas a chat. He's racing currently at the moment too. You see, you send him a little DM. But go visit the website there and get some of those oils, because guess what? All those pistons need to be lubricated by oils, mate, and the engine and everything else. And if you don't have good oil in your car, you should get the oil on you.
Yeah, Nichols Oil Pros covers everything from light-duty cars to heavy-duty trucks, diesel trucks. They have oil for anything, marine engines, ATVs, whatever your oil and lubrication needs are. Not only oil, lubrication in terms of transmissions, rear ends, all that kind of stuff. They're a fantastic company. and they do wonderful ship worldwide. Good company.
Here's the Australian. We are going 3 wide now as the 30s get left for dry out there without a shove from anybody. You're going to scrub so much speed on the Superspeedway. There's the 24 of Matt in the lead at the moment, getting a little bit of a push there from Davey Hendricks. And you're going to need that as the Krispy Kreme's car as well that we've seen before. Some interesting new liveries from some of our gladiators out here this evening. And some of the old favourite liveries.
Talking about new liveries, again, when I was in that chat before the race started, JC John Campbell was in there. There were a lot of them were running laps, and JC admitted to the gang that he painted the wrong car this week. He pulled up the wrong Camaro and tuned up his paint job for the new season on the wrong Camaro, and realized that when he went to join the race, it wasn't that car. So this is the same livery I think John ran last season.
It was,
but
yes.
Apparently he does have a new Krispy Kreme livery on the way. He just didn't get it on the right car in time.
And we got 2 splits of cars, 2 packs at the moment. There you can see there's a bit of a gap all the way down. So Al is leading this pack. Sorry, Al's caught up with the rest of the pack. It's behind him. So it's Kyle that's leading the second pack that's formed already. That's what happens to super speedways, but start to get this big spread out. We've almost got 3 packs as well of cars. I'll quickly show you that track map up there. And you can see those little dots. They're all gaggled together, about 5 in each of that.
Well,
so
as long as you're in a pack, you're okay.
Yes, sir.
But those guys that are 2 or 3 cars back there, kind of losing the pack, they could be in trouble. And speaking of trouble, into the fence goes
Matty from the lead of this race. And just like that, we have our second caution here on stage 1 of that. 8 laps we had down there, so it's going to be an opportunity for some drivers maybe to take a pit stop under caution.
I think that was I'd have to see it again, but I think that was a pushing incident where the bumpers, they were just a little off center, and he was pushing him and he got inside.
Yeah, it was, because he was getting a bit of a push there.
Yeah, well, they're going to push each other all night, for sure.
So it comes up in a second. He gets a bit of a bump, lifts off a little bit. That's the 87. Sorry, we're looking at the 67 of Davey behind. There's contact there.
Oh, okay. Boom. So it wasn't so what happened there was he was assuming that he drifted down, probably trying to side draft off of the car that was running up on the side of him, because he had lost his pusher, and these cars will side draft off of each other. So right here, if you notice, he's going to slide down and try to catch a side draft so that he can maintain the lead while his pushing partner catches back up to him. And it looks like they might have just got together right there. I don't know if his pushing partner came up behind and bumped him a little bit, or if they just sucked together, being that close to each other.
And that's definitely a hard lick into the
that was gonna require a few minutes of repair for sure.
Here comes the pit stops that I kind of suspect that some of these drivers might come down here. It's a 50% fuel that these drivers have, and they've fixed setups there. There are 3 tire changes, 1 fast repair available. A lucky dog will also be, and with wave around. So some of these drivers will elect to get this splash and dash done. It'll definitely take them to the end of stage 1. Then they may be able to continue on some track position and not have to come down to pit again. But also full fresh tyres as well too. How much of an advantage will that be, Jim? When you're talking
not much here.
SuperSpeedway?
Not much here. This track, there's so much banking. The tires are hardly wearing. In fact, I'd be surprised if you see many guys take tires at all. This is a splash and go, I'm sure, for most of these guys. Tires just aren't that important. They should be fine to go left 25 on tires. But the fuel run on these cars is only about 15 to 17 laps or so. So this is a great opportunity for them to top off to make it to the stage break for sure.
Exactly, which you had mentioned. I don't know if you want to grab any of our drivers. I don't know if you want to grab Matt or not. If you reckon that he's in a good little mood there to have a bit of a chin wagon to us or not. I'd leave that one up to you, Jim. That way you get in trouble and not me. If you do.
I think we'll skip it on this one. I'll fully bin next time. Yeah, I don't know if it's that was a tough shot. I mean, Matt can't be too upset with that. That's super speedway racing, and he, like I said, I'm assuming that he pulled down to get that side draft off of him, which is very common technique in these kind of tracks, and that kind of stuff's going to happen. It's unfortunate, but this track's so long. If he plays his cards right, he could make a few stops here and there along the way and get that car back to where it needs to be, and maybe possibly stay on the lead lap, especially with the lucky dog, so maybe he'll have a chance to be there at the end.
That's exactly what he's doing. Remember, they do have a fast repair up their sleeve, but some of the drivers this early into the race might not be electing to use it just yet. Get those repairs. You can see that exactly as you can currently see on your pictures. They wanted to get out ahead of the lead car so that they can remain on the same lap, which, as you said, is very wise to do.
He definitely wasn't using his fast repair there, obviously. No. So.
Yeah, just to let everybody know tuning in, just chip away a little bit at those repairs. You'll have a certain amount of time to completely fix a car, but some of the drivers you'll see that will just come in and get as much as they can get repaired before they get lapped. That way, if there's more cautions, they'll come down there and get more repairs done.
Yeah, with a track like this, that on a pace lap, it takes forever to get around. That's a good strategy, isn't it? If it works out like that, he'll be all right. He should be able to get his car repaired and stay close, and then maybe if he goes a lap down, catch a caution flag and get a lucky dog.
And that's what it's all about. Let us know out there tonight if you're enjoying the broadcast. Everything's looking good. We are streaming it in 2K for the first time for 2025, bringing some more high-resolution pictures to you all. If I do that in an American accent. Mr. Jim, the man he's from Texas, so you should know exactly how to do that.
I know all about y'all.
Yeah, y'all. So looking forward to it. Give us your predictions out there. Who you think is going to take the first race here, the Triple Bypass?
Yeah, I think we're going to go green here. It's looking like it. This track's such a long way. Oh, here they go. Pace car's off. We're about to go back to racing.
Green flag, green flag.
Marnie's holding tonight. And there's the green flag. Here we go. Back at it again. Steve McClendon is still out front. He's led most, if not all, of the laps so far tonight. You got Casey Ellis up there. He's looking good in that ghost painted livery. Tyler Rualis, who predicted 2 cautions to me in the before the race, I think he might be off just a little bit. Riley Smith's up there. That's
pretty wide. Oh, you can see that fence really does suck you in, as you'd mentioned there. It's like a vacuum cleaner, and bingo. So all these 3 drivers, Casey, Tyler, and Steve, are all just biting for who wants to lead.
Tyler's got a good run on the bottom with somebody behind him. They're gonna make time right there. Yeah, look at that. Look how much. Oh, they pulled out on him too. Oh, everybody bailed on Tyler. Oh man, they're gonna send him. They're gonna go back.
Yep, that is a sitting target there at the moment, as he's trying to find somebody to hook up with and tuck in behind, which he will currently at the moment. So. But there it is. That's what happens if you get that high and dry out there. Sean Bradley currently in the lead of this one. We are lap 12 of 25. Stage break will come at 25. Let's see what we can do.
We're almost halfway to the stage break now. Yeah, Sean Bradley, he gave him a little shove and then pulled right out on him and left him. Brad Kress up there running in second place right now. Ward Fisher, Matt Harmon's up there. Alex Goff. Yeah, we got some new names up in the front right now.
It's good to see. We have 31 drivers here this evening that have signed up for our first race, the Nichols Oil
and a lot of these guys are going to hang back and just wait and see what happens. And all of a sudden, they're going to appear at the end of this race and be in contention to win this thing. So many people don't like to run the SuperSpeedway races, or especially not mid-pack.
Yeah, you also will burn a little bit more fuel as well because of the fact that you're the one that's braking all the air, and of course you get a nice little toe when you're behind there. You can lift off a little bit, but you have to be lifting off, otherwise you'll be turning the cars ahead of you. And that means you'll save yourself a little bit of gasoline each time, especially on a super speedway. You can save a lot of gasoline, can't you, Al?
Yeah, quite a bit of lifting actually. It's significant. It's like half throttle, or sometimes even less.
Which could make all the difference later on into the race with your pit stop strategy and so forth. We do have a lot of drivers that have gone down. Most of the drivers have gone down to pit road there, Al. But sorry, Al. I'm speaking of Al, the boss man. But Jim, this man, the number 51, he hasn't been down. Steve has not been down. Naya has Casey Ellis in the 15th place, number 35 car. So that's going to be interesting. That also means, Jim, that they're going to have sets of tyres. There are 3 of them available in there, so they got four freshies waiting for them down there anytime they want, mate. Pit road.
Again, I don't know how many of you guys put tires on the last pit stop. I don't think tires are going to be that. My concern would be you're 15 laps in right now. If you haven't come down pit road at all, you're going to be close on fuel here in the next 2, 3, 4 laps at the most. I'm not sure what they were hoping for in that situation. Because if the caution comes out, you get fuel, you're going to be at the back of the pack anyway. I don't know. That's an interesting strategy. I would, maybe after the race, love to delve into that a little bit and see what their thought process was.
Well, that'd be interesting for this man here, Steve, because he hasn't been down pit road. He's currently running. Look at this. He's not towing from anybody as well, too, mate. He's out there breaking that dirty air for the 51. So that's a little bit more punishing to your fuel tank. And we have another caution on Speedway. It's got to come into his hand now because he's going to need to come down and get a splash and dash. And I think that's just Tyler. Yes, it is. So Tyler's into the kitty litter there for the 140 Ford.
From hero to zero there, man. Tyler was running up front, plowed his way right up to the front and lead, and then got back here in some dirty air and car started wiggling around on him, and he just lost it. Yeah. That certainly can happen. That air is really moving you around back there.
Oh, and everybody had to take advantage of as he does the right thing and just lets the car roll down into the inside apron there, and you can see how much of a bounce it has when it hits the elevation banking change. But yeah, it is. So as you said, let's just go on board the cockpit. He just went loosey-goosey, right? You're going to see it right now.
Yeah, he just caught some air there. Started fighting it, and that happened. So easy to do on these tracks. Who was that he actually caught? Was that 28? Is that Harmon? Was that Matt Harmon?
It was Matt Harmon. Let's have a look from Matt Harmon's perspective as well on that one now. So Matt's going to see a bird's eye view. Keep an eye on that Ford up the road there. That's what we're watching. Bang. And nothing he can do, man. He's just a passenger at this point. He just gets doored into the fence there and just wrong place, wrong time, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a tough break right there from Matty. Man. Yeah, he was, he had him as just a good solid run going there. Ain't nothing you can do, though. That's super speedway racing. That's why people love it, and that's why people hate it.
I've said this before to some drivers that say, I'm always in wrecks and stuff like that all the time. And I said, look, there's an easy solution for that. Run out front. All right, if we're running out front, true. I mean, you're not bulletproof, of course, because somebody can easily turn you from behind, as we did see before. Actually, that had occurred, remember, with Matty. But you still, it's limited. Here comes Steven, and we knew he had to come in there because he was getting very, very low. The couple of drivers behind are doing some dummies in the pit road. They kind of have to trick everybody else to say, I'm coming in, but then I'm not last minute. But we did know that Steve had to come in. Casey Ellis as well had to come in. Well, otherwise, they're definitely going to be running on fade. How's this for Kyle, my friend? The sexy world trip himself. He is the man, our championship winner from last season. He's already made his way up. He made his way up to about 14th place before the pit stop. So never count a champion out.
I don't know why he wasn't there to turn laps before the race, during qualifying, but I mean, this is the kind of track that you don't necessarily need to put down a qualifying lap, and he may have wanted to run in the back.
Well, actually, come to think of, I think it'd be great to have a bit of a chin wagon to him, if you don't mind grabbing him, just to see what happened with that, or if he didn't want to or didn't have time to do qualifying, or just felt, hey, I'm a champion and I'm going to take it easy on him on this season.
Let me see if I can do that real quick.
Yeah, the great thing about super speedways is that long cautions. If it's short track racing, you literally have no time. Tyler says out there that might be my race done. We might have.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah,
Kyle, Jim Cunningham here in the booth. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing all right.
yeah, it's our last season champion there, Kyle. What? Go ahead. Jim's got the interview for you, mate.
Well, we just wanted to see how you were doing and see. I noticed you didn't turn any laps. Were you just busy and didn't get time to get in there, or did you just decide to lay back and start from the back and take it easy?
Well, first off, I hope you guys didn't grab me mid-sentence and have me have a slip up there on the broadcast. But
it's okay. I heard people.
Okay, there we go. That's good. No, it's been fun. Yeah, I was a little busy. I was just kind of focusing on some things I've been working on, and yeah, I didn't do any practice laps because I wasn't expecting to run this. I think I have to head out soon, unfortunately.
Oh, that's
I was making sure I wasn't taking a spot from anybody who wanted to get in here, but yeah, no, we're gonna probably do another caution flag cycle here, and then we'll probably head out. But we'll have fun here for the time we're here.
Yeah, well, good to see you, and congratulations again on last season, and obviously look forward to seeing you the rest of the season. You are gonna plan on running to defend your title, right?
I'm not sure. It just depends on my work schedule. So that's always up in the air. So I wasn't expecting to run last season, and I was able to.
Well, good luck. I hope you get enough free time to come back and defend your title. We sure enjoyed watching you, and good luck on what you got to take care of this evening. It was a pleasure talking to you again.
Alrighty, yeah. Have a good rest of your broadcast. Hopefully, they put on a good show for you guys.
Well,
got a lot of cars out here.
Definitely going, having some fun right now. All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
Peace.
So Carl's bringing Sexy back, but unfortunately we'll be leaving us, as he said, after departing to go to get some
Sexy
work.
with him.
Got to pay the bills, of course. This is a fun hobby that most of us do. Not many of us could actually do this as a full-time job and pay the bills of it. But we appreciate all the drivers that have any free time they can come in to go motor racing, as we're going to be going motor racing again. A couple more corners to go. And as Tyler out there let us know too that it might be his race done. We probably might see if we can have a bit of a chat to you as well, Tyler, because we just saw that wreck before that. Might have been all she wrote in your car. We'll see whether or not he can get it back out there. But if he's used his fast repair already there, Jim, and
yeah, he's in bad shape.
You want
to pull him up real quick, or they're about to go green?
About to go green. We'll see if we can get him. If you do hang around, Tyler, we'd love to have a bit of a chat to you in the next caution, because I got a feeling that maybe cautions breed cautions, as you know. Stage break coming up soon, and they're going to start really banging it out, mate, with those revs.
Yeah, they are. That's absolutely correct.
Green flag, green flag.
And boy, Barney's holding them tonight, man. There we go. And back out. Green flag's back out, and off we go.
You got to get your Nichols Oils Pro.com green flag race start. Brad Kress, Alex Goff, and our driver sponsor of the day there, Domenic Zenobi. He's making his way up currently in P2. There he is right there. Thank you very much for sponsoring tonight's race for the number 30 machine there of Domenic.
Yeah, he's I love his little Florida Man hockey logo they came up with for this race. That's pretty cool.
Yes, I do like that. Of course, that's the sponsor here. The right-hand side, the Florida Man hockey, number 69. So we're going racing again at the SuperSpeedway. Now, just to clarify to you, is this iRacing Fantasy SuperSpeedway, which I first time I visited here, is it bigger than Dega?
It is. This is supposedly 3 miles, so that would make it the biggest oval out there. Most of them are, I think the biggest other two are 2.5 miles. This is in Indy and Talladega.
Yeah, IndyCar, and then of course Daytona a little bit after that one as well too. How's this for the boss man, Al Corey, number 45 machine? Sliced and diced his way up now 25 places. Good little run there, and he's on the back there of the Jordan machine there at the 67. That's the Toyota of Davey Hendricks. And you can see around the outside. Look at that 78. He must be getting a push. Where's he getting that speed from?
Oh, that's Jeff Slaughter coming up behind him, giving him a push too.
Look at that. That's the Dr. Pepper 78. And you said exactly. There's a little bit of a push behind. So that's... Tell you what, that makes a big difference. That high line's got some serious speed. Well, the middle line, really, isn't it?
It's it really is the middle line. But yeah, well, I as you remember from last season, that with Jeff Slaughter. He used to run the little 8 and the big 8 for the 88, and he had a comment for me today. He sent me, he's like, I'm going to, at least for this race, I'm not going to confuse you with the big 8 and the little 8. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, no.
And that's a huge behind. That's a bunch of...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is. There's the Ghost Machine. We're talking about Casey earlier, didn't we? He was running right up the front there. The man from
was right up there.
Pennsylvania there, Mount Carmel. And there it is. So this will...
Yeah, several people involved in that, too. Kyle Gress got caught in there, so that's probably going to go ahead and send him packing because we knew he was about to pull out anyway. He got caught up in that, and it looks like there's going to be several more cars in that.
So just ahead of you with the 88. We got you there, Jeff. So we just lucky. There it is. He got tagged and turned. Now, who else got hit on this one? You know what? Maybe
it wasn't too bad.
No,
it wasn't too bad. Yeah, you had Kyle take a shot there, and then somebody bumped Kyle in the rear end. I'm not sure who that is. That's a new paint scheme for this year. I'll have to get used to that one.
Which car are we talking about, my friend?
It's that tan colored car. It's not in the picture right here.
Okay. Do we know the number?
You'll see he comes up and hits. I don't. I'm the world's worst with that. There it is right there.
Okay, here we go.
That pretty car.
Thank you.
That pretty tan and silver car right there. Oh, it's Kyle Dewey.
Kyle Dewey.
Yeah.
There it is. Lifts big time. Keeps it straight. Yeah. I'd say not too bad there, Kyle.
That shouldn't be too bad.
It's the Sapporo, the Japanese beer. A beautiful beer too, mind you. Delicious.
Oh yeah, that's probably that's probably
regular
thing over there in Australia. Y'all do a lot of that Japanese beer.
Oh, I had it too when I was in Japan, mate. Visiting Japan, very, very good. Anyway, all right, we can have a bit of a chat to you now, Tyler, out there, who had that unfortunate incident. Yeah, because Tyler's been patiently waiting for us. Thank you very much for that, Tyler. I do think he desperately has retired from the stage, as you can see out next to his name. So when we do get you up here, Tyler, I'd have to say too, Jim, it's
I'm working on that.
Yeah, they're going to head into pit road at the moment. Now, that's not the stage break over because there's 3 to go. That's going to be super interesting. They're going to a lot of drivers going to go down.
I don't think they're going to get to the stage break here. So
everybody, Jim, is coming down. I was going to say, anybody stays out right now.
Well, they're
you just got track position.
Break, yeah.
And
hey, Tyler, we got you up here in the booth. How you doing, man?
Hey, doing all right, Philip. How you guys enjoying the race?
Ooh. Somebody just smashed the wall.
Yeah, sorry, Tyler. We got a bit of a wreck fest happening in pit road. Tyler, I wanted to quickly ask, how do you pronounce your surname so that we get it right, mate? I do apologize.
It's Ruelas.
Ruelas. Okay, thank you. Okay. Ruelas. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So, Tyler, first I have to point out that your prediction before the race seems to be a weaving it off on the caution flag. You knew I was going to bring that up, of course.
Of course.
Tyler, before the race, predicted 2. I think we've had at least 4 already. So
definitely.
Yeah, it's been. I have to say, in this case, it looks like Al Corey was right. He thought there was going to be quite a few, and it's looking that way. So anyway, your day's done. You burned your fast repair earlier, and then got into another one, or?
Yep. After that solid run I had at the race start on that after that first one.
Yeah, that restart we had you plowed right up to the front there, but of course they hung you out a little bit there. I forget who was pushing you at that point, but he was that guy with whoever it was with the Duff car. I can't remember now.
I don't know either, but for whatever reason I was in 4th at that time, and I was trying to struggle to get to 5th.
Yeah, they dumped you and just let you go after y'all got to the front. They just and you marched backwards a little bit, but it looks like you just caught some dirty air there. We're looking at your in-car from that last
Sorry,
crash.
Tyler, we don't have to rub salt in the wounds, but we have to do the entertainment aspect of it. Yeah,
just like caught some dirty air, huh?
Does it? Is that what it looked like, mate? Yeah.
Well, he's probably not watching the broadcast. Are you watching the broadcast?
No, I am.
Okay. Well,
I love the livery, by the way. I love that black and silver there that you got on there. I mean,
thank you. I just found that off of Trading Paints today.
Yeah, I love that black and silver. I didn't notice if does yours have the Cobra on the side of it too?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I love that livery. I saw that the other day myself.
We're not going green. We're not going green. So we get more time with you, Tyler. Now, Tyler, this is, I always say, one race that you do DNF from, first race of the season is not bad because the slate is clean. Everybody's on the same 0 points going into this one. So, you've got points to lose, of course, but it's not like, going into a championship race later on in the season and it's like, that's the one you don't want to be losing. So you'd have to say, right? It's not the end of the world, first race.
No, it's not the end of the world, but it might be a little bit difficult for me with school going to be started up here and what's in the next spot.
Oh, yeah.
You're not the only one, mate. We were just speaking to Carl before. He's got some work, and I'm sure some of the other drivers might be able to commit all the time as well. But, school
Oh,
is
yeah, no,
another
I also have to deal with work, too. So some of the races,
thanks
to work, I can't even make. So I blame my job, but I absolutely...
if I were you, I'd place the blame solely on your parents for not being rich. I blame my parents. I blame my parents every day for that. That it's their fault that I have to work. If they were rich, I could be one of these.
You'd be spoiled, Jim. You see, you wouldn't be the man you are today if you handed everything on a silver spoon. You see,
I'd be exactly the same. I'd be exactly the same man I am, but with a real race car.
And then you'd be broke, mate, because real racing is expensive. Well, then again, you did.
Exactly.
You know what they say? They say you know how to make a big fortune in racing, right? I mean, you know how to make a small fortune in racing, right?
Yeah.
Start with a big one. Nothing like screwing that joke up like that. That was pathetic.
That's all right, mate. We have a couple more drivers heading down a pit road. It's the other Tyler Merritt.
Yes.
And I was going to hope to get you two together because I had to use my trade line. It sounds like a law firm, the Tyler and Tyler. But it's
I'm gonna let in on a little secret. So on our sister league on the LOL side, I'm what's called the nickname the wheel teller because I actually use a wheel, where he uses the control.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, you probably don't even know that, Biggles.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes, Biggles. No. Tyler Merrick is called Thumbs. Or is it thumbs or thumbstick?
Thumbstick.
Yeah, thumbstick, because he drives with a controller. And let me tell you what, that dude can absolutely fly with a controller.
He can.
That's not bad. Yeah, I remember when I was during COVID and I was getting into broadcasting and stuff like that, there was some drivers that actually in the Formula One game, that is not a simulator, but on keyboards was super quick. And people were like, that guy's on a keyboard? Yeah, most of the drivers are actually on controllers, so I would not be surprised if you can't be super quick on a controller. Of course, there's a lot less that you can actually have to control, but you can control a nuclear submarine with a controller, right? An Xbox controller, so I'm pretty sure you could drive a car as well. Well, they say something around that anyway, but it is difficult.
Yes.
It is difficult.
Australia with all their nuclear subs. Yeah.
We just buy it from you guys. No. But you've probably seen that. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing. Thank you very much there, Tyler, and looking forward to, if you get the time, of course, between school and work, to come back in for round 2.
Hey, definitely. Also, I want to give one message shout out to a good friend of mine who might be watching, Anthony. Love you, buddy. Hope you're doing good, bud. And thank you guys for doing it, bro.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you.
There's our driver sponsor at the moment, Domenic Zenobi. That's still making his way up the front run, currently running MP3. Stevie leading this one. Brad Kress, Alex Golf there. Stephen Bradley. We've got the second Canadian up there as well, too. Dustin Barton. 2, 3, 4 or so Canadians here, which is a good representation from North America. Of course, with John Campbell, who's retired from the session from my neck of the woods down under. He's retired, as we have a few of the other drivers that are retired. So currently at the moment, I think we're getting down to about 25 gladiators left. But remember, this is at the end of the stage break, and I think it is done, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. It looks like they held it an extra lap just to go ahead and get the stage break in, which that made sense. That was good. That was good race control there.
Exactly. So points
they're lined up here on the bottom, tearing off down there. Brad Kress out front, man. I like Brad's new. I don't know if that's a new livery for this car. It's not the one I'm normally used to seeing him in, but I've done some other races. But I like that Valvoline logo or livery. Reminds me of the old Mark Martin car from back in the day.
He's using the wrong oil, buddy. He goes talk to Nichols Oil Pros, because Nichols Oil's got the other brand. If you look at their website, which I was browsing at earlier, he's got AMSOIL.
Valvoline's
AMSOIL.
AMSOIL, yeah. So yeah, Valvoline's paying the bills, but he's really running AMSOIL in his car.
Yeah, I know.
But we don't tell anybody that.
We wouldn't be as quick as he could if he didn't. So
that's right. He's running that AMSOIL synthetic oil in there. That's why he's out.
Interesting, they're doing the single file. It's almost like they're weaving to try to break it, like you see in the IndyCar, especially around Indianapolis as well, too. It's got a snake chain. But we'll see if anybody gets up into that second lane, starts doing that one, or even the third lane. We certainly know the third lane will be forming as you get about 10 to go. Probably 5 to go.
Yes.
SuperSpeedway more on this one. But here we go. They got fresh tanks. Fresh tank full of gasoline. And,
all of them probably has roughly pretty new rubber on at this point too. So yeah, there's gonna. It looks like they're not gonna push it too hard yet.
They are weaving around. Have a look at this for that banking elevation, the gyro cam.
I love that.
I love that crazy. Whoa! Look at that too. You've got to remember the drivers only get too much to look at. This is like what the drivers can see there. All right, now. If you had a motion rig, you'd be feeling like this, for sure. You wait till you get to this. This is exactly what you're talking about, Jim. Have a look at this. Look, don't tilt your head every time I have to tilt my head. Look at that. 45, isn't it?
You can't not tilt your head. It's just a natural reaction. Yeah, that's a great camera angle.
And you never really go right, mate. As you said, there's still that little bit of an elevation change on the main straightaways, and that's it. So at the end of this, you probably walk out of your racing rig kind of like sea legs kind of just start because you haven't been feeling going right at all. It's all just left.
Well, so what's interesting about when you get at a track like this that has the pretty severe banking down the straightaways, there's an adjustment in there called steering offset, which is designed for guys like me. I like my steering wheel going down the straightaway to be straight up and down. And so with the steering offset, you can adjust it to compensate for the banking in the straightaway. So when I'm going down the straightaway, my steering wheel is still pointed straight up and down. And some guys don't mind it being all cocked off to the side like that going down the straightaway, but that's an adjustment you can make to these cars. So if you go in car and you see that their steering wheel is pointed pretty much straight up and down, they've made an adjustment to that steering offset for comfort. It's it's just a comfort-based thing, but for me, I don't like having to turn my hands over that far.
Yeah, some of the drivers I've seen too, and we'll see if we can talk to the powers that be. A few drivers are interested, of course. Please share your cams. We'll have a link up to that in the upcoming races, and we'd like to have a little picture that show the drivers on the cams as they drive, because I like to see the people in their different racing configurations. Some people like the race wheel up high and sitting low. Some people like to have the wheeling low. You can see the tape marker or the middle center marker, of course, on the steering wheel. Some of them drivers will have that swinged over a lot more than what it will be. As you said, it's individuals' style. Some drivers will be in VR as well too.
Zenobi had his straight up and down there. At a track like this, you might see a variety of things. Of course, if you're at a road course or a flat track and you see somebody's steering wheel cocked over to the side like that usually means they have front end damage.
Oh, yeah. Some of the steering rack has been completely bent out of alignment there. So, the Florida Man 69 presented on the JP Broadcasting Network for the new season of the Triple Bypass Racing League. Don't forget, of course, lots of racing. 5 nights of racing. Tell you what, you're going to be racing in the Triple Bypassing League in a day that ends with Y. And you can see currently at the moment Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. You just get Monday off. Well, and of course,
and,
Saturday.
Saturday. So, real quick, pop that back up real quick if you
Yes,
can.
sir.
And know that the Next Gen is broadcast on JP Network, Broadcasting Network. The Xfinity is broadcast, and we even have done some late model coverage for those guys as well. So if you want to join a league that's going to give you a chance to race and get on broadcast, the Triple Bypass League is great for that. And who knows? You never know that something may be coming with the Gen 3 supercars, because that's an exciting series. And they've got some, I looked at the list of tracks today. They've got some phenomenal tracks picked out.
Well, make sure you do sign up, of course, to the Triple Bypass Racing League. All the information is in the description below. And we'd love, of course, a big thumbs up and a like and subscribe. And you can also subscribe to any of those that you have the time for to watch. triple bypass into work. Mike out there said, hey, he wish he could make this one. And hopefully you'll be making the next one.
Oh, yeah, Mike Weeda. I think he's had some personal stuff to take care of this evening, but I believe he said he was going to be sitting on someone's pit box. I can't remember who. I want to say it was Jeff Slaughter, but that might not be right. By the way, the only time that we've had Jeff Slaughter's car on camera, I would like to point out that I did not screw up, even though it has two big 8s, and that should be confusing me now. Yeah, there you go.
He's running in the second pack that we mentioned there. So they're starting to back this pack breakaways again. And he's got Bear Harcum that's leading this pack behind him.
He must like to cook. Like iced tea. He's got mint leaves on the hood of his car.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. First time I saw that, it was mint leaves for sure.
Yeah, no, it's definitely mint leaves. It's the iced tea thing in the South. That's a...
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not running that power that's on watermelon moonshine as we had last season.
You can absolutely run them on watermelon moonshine, but there's no reason to waste the watermelon. You could just run them on the straight shine and save the watermelon juice for something else. Yeah, what's funny is I told you that story about the watermelon moonshine, and then I was on a little recent family trip over the holidays, and I was up in South Carolina. And we went in this place and they sold moonshine and they had a watermelon moonshine.
Oh, yeah?
I thought about you.
Yeah, you should have texted me and said, "Hey, I got some for you there. Just give us your and pay for shipping and then pay for it and send it over to Australia. I'm sure they'll get through customs, won't it?" But
yeah, right. That'd make it for sure. Yeah, they'd be coming after me. The federal agent showing up at my door.
Oh, mate, that's okay. Just jump in your car and just outrun them, right? Like Bugsy Malone and all that used to do back in the day.
That's
all right. Lap 35 is 69. We're getting closer and closer to halfway through the Nichols Oil Pros Triple Bypass Racing League presented by the Florida Men. 69, which of course is one of the sponsors that Dominic here has here for his men's ice hockey team. Yep, and that's in reference to the NHL Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. So, Brad Kress still in the lead here, getting a nice little push there from Alex Goff.
Yeah.
And
it's good to see Brad up front. I've done a lot of races, and the very first race I ever did with the triple bypass it was probably Xfinity. But he ran up front, had really good race strategy that day, and I don't know, just ever since then I've kind of been always interested in how he's doing, because he remembered from that first race, he was a good guy. We talked to him after the race, and he seemed like a really nice fellow. As all these guys are in this league. That's what truly makes this league phenomenal.
It is, and you got to understand too, if you are tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Majority of these drivers are in the Discord. Of course, you can be a part of the Discord link. And they're all chatting at once while they're racing, which you don't get that very often. Most of the time, people split off into their own teams, but that's good to show that these blokes get along with each other when they're doing that. We're riding aboard with Kyle Kress. 190, what is it capping out at top speed? Yeah, 203, give or take. We're talking miles per hour, so that's big time speed.
That is. It's the first time I've ever actually looked at that in the next gen car. I know this has got to be the fastest track on the NASCAR circuit.
They need another gear, mate. You need to top up 6 gear there, because this is just fast.
They're running fixed setups in this league. If you were running an open setup, you could gear this car differently and probably get a shoulder to it.
Yeah, but then they'd be able to cancel out that. Let's ride on board of Alex, and you can give us explain, because he's now in the slipstream of Brad that we were running with before. And look at that. So he'll pick out a little bit more in miles per hour, give or take. But you can have a listen. There's a little bit of a lap of traffic up the road. It shouldn't be too much of a problem because it is quite wide speedway.
He'll be out of the gas significantly.
Yeah, there's a little lift. You can see there on the dashboard there. As we get past the 38, we've got a lap down. That's Matt Tyler, as we said before. The other driver, was it Tyler?
No. Tyler Merrick is the.
He's the one that's not.
Yeah, Tyler Merrick is the one that's on the control.
Yeah, he is.
At some point in time this season, you'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see if you can get yourself a hook up your camera phone or something, or if you have a webcam, and show us your hands. if you can, if you're listening to this one back there, mate, I'd love to put that up as a picture of the truck.
The first 2 or 3 races that I did for this league, he was just tearing it up, even racing. And they're like, they call him thumbstick because the race is on a controller. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And he really does. And he's fast. I'm still blown away, by how fast he was on a controller.
It's interesting. A couple of drivers heading in pit road. It's interesting because of the fact that you've got a little bit less play there on a.
Well, look, they're at the end of their fuel run here. Lap 24 is roughly when everybody got the fuel, or maybe even 23, and they extended. So yeah, you got guys. So they're gonna pit in packs so they can stay together.
Yes, exactly.
The last thing you want to do here at a super speedway is end up by yourself out there running around because you'll get lapped really fast. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of pit stops coming here in the next lap or two. Some guys were telling me 15 laps was their number. Some guys were telling me 17.
You got to get ahead of the lead lap. There's Brad Crest, and not going to be able to get ahead because there they are scooting down there. But of course, some of these drivers will be heading. No, they're heading down the pit road, so they won't go a lap down. Here's the second pack you'd mentioned. They're all coming down together because certainly, yes, you do not get left alone on a super speedway. It's like going to a dance, isn't it? And there's nobody who wants to have a dance with you. You'd feel like all alone. So that's the case at the moment. Only 2 drivers stayed out. It's the boss man Al and James Durr. That's it. Those 2. Everybody else has gone down to pit road at the moment. And then the second pack should be coming close. So this is going to be very, very critical information.
Yeah,
critical part of this race.
Interesting strategy there. Maybe they got a couple laps. Maybe they've been saving well and got a couple of laps and are banking maybe that will catch a caution here coming, with all the cars getting in on and off pit road, and maybe they pick up a freebie. I don't know. It's interesting. I certainly